Hello, my name's Lori. Welcome to my channel. The channel's called Courage to Change. I've done another couple videos before. Hopefully you're liking the channel and the program. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Today's topic's going to be about your responsibility to change. Your responsibility to recover from some kind of trauma. Again, I'm a clinical licensed professional counselor. I'm a clinical licensed drug and alcohol counselor. So some of this could be clinical, some of this will be personal, some of this might just be from experience with my clients. But I hear a lot, that people are upset that they have to even go through the process of recovery. So the necessary part of this is taking your responsibility to understand what each experience in your life means. I'm not going to do numbers. I'm not going to give you 1, 2, 3s or steps here. I think the main idea is going to just be to kind of connect with you a little bit about different ways that people can either struggle or change their perspective. Because in the end, there's a struggle, and then we want to change the perspective to what does it mean to heal that. Okay, so some people, might want something quick, and maybe it'll be a quick video, but it's going to end up being that your perspective has to shift on your life experience. So basically, some things that I get in my office would be that there's a lot of recovery with betrayal, and that people feel that somehow they've been betrayed, whether that means backstabbed, whether that means left out in the cold somehow, that someone gave them a promise, whether it be thinking their partner or their business partner or an intimate partner thinks the grass is greener somewhere else, and all of a sudden they change their mind and they choose something else over you. And then the betrayal happens, whether it's cheating, deceiving, or lying. And betrayal is a really big struggle for people to get over. It's almost one of the hardest because you don't know where the lies started. Did it start in the beginning of the relationship? Did it start in the middle? Did it start in the end? Where and what was truth? What was lies? And it becomes very complicated for someone to figure out, what do I do with that pain and that lack of honesty or trust that someone did this behind my back. Some of it sounds almost childlike, like when you would talk about it in high school or elementary school. You're talking behind my back, you backstabbed me. But adults do it too. And I think the main thing that comes out of this, is if you're a nice person, if you're someone who has a good vibe, if you're somebody who people enjoy being around, you don't even have to work at it, and people like you, you're going to be one of the easier targets. So it is something for you to be aware of, to have boundaries and be protective, okay? That who you let in your circumference, who you let in your boundary space. I personally have been through this, and it's the most painful. I am a trauma recovery person, and I know how my body speaks to me. My body gets limp, my legs don't walk, I freeze. I know what happens when I feel a trauma response. And I've been in therapy my whole life, and I'm a therapist, so I have a lot of awareness. But one of the main things I think at the end of all of this is, people are going to promise you things. I'll always love you. I'll always be there for you. We'll get married. We'll have these plans. And probably at the time they mean it. I don't think typically, some people maybe are liars right from the get and want to play a game. But most of the time people are saying things that they mean, okay, at a current moment. But then they change their mind. And people have a right to change their mind. The problem is the lies, okay? So part of recovering, I guess, from this betrayal sense is using each life experience to learn from. Okay, where were your boundaries off, or where were where were they enabling, or where were you enabling, or where were they manipulating? Like starting to recognize red flags and start to recognize the part you play in it, because we have our patterns. If you're a trauma victim, or if you've had some kind of attachment style issues, also, the experience in the relationship, maybe it was good, maybe it was bad, maybe it was beautiful and amazing, and you still don't understand how did this betrayal happen. And I'm going to just tell you, we can't be in people's minds, we can't be in their heart, we can't be in their souls, we can't be there, we can't understand why they made the decisions they made. We wish we could. We wish that, we could have jumped from time over to out of space somehow and get into wherever they are and understand what was in their minds, but we can't. So part of it is like, okay, I don't know or understand exactly what was going on with that person, but now it's my responsibility for what's going on with me and how I deal with that hurt and that pain, how I deal with that betrayal or those lies, how I deal with my boundaries going forward. What have you learned from it? What can you get from it? And I do think that's important. It's important to know in every experience, what are you getting? If you're in an intimate relationship, you should always be growing. Okay, so good, bad, indifferent, betrayal, lies, deception, cheating, or solid. You should always be growing. If you're not growing and you're not developing and you're stagnant or you're dormant in some way, this relationship already is with a problem. But you should always be growing. And I've struggled with it. I am like a pit bull. I know my behaviors when I get hurt, the first response I have is anger. And I want to attack and I want to get defensive. And my mouth can be what is really the reactive problem. And I have to take responsibility for that. Okay? Even if that person hurt me, even if I can't figure out why they chose what they chose, I have to take responsibility for my trauma response to yell and attack or defend or swear or whatever it is that I overreact to. That's my responsibility. Okay, so going forward for you too, it's your responsibility. People will hurt you, but what do you get from it? What happened in this experience that you could either glean from, and maybe forgiveness. I mean, for me, I got to do the forgiveness part. I have to forgive. If I stay stuck in anger, I'm going to be, trapped off. I'm going to be fixated and stuck. And forgiveness is my only key. So I'm going to suggest that to you too. Like, just go through the process, feel the pain. I'm not trying to not validate the pain of the betrayal, but it's your responsibility to know you can't be in that person's mind. You can't be in that person's situation. You don't know why they chose me. That was their best decision at that time. And wrong or right or indifferent, that's what they chose. And now you have to deal with it. You have to deal with the pain. You're going to be the one that has to deal with sleepless nights. Don't let them take that space. That was their choice. That was their decision. Don't let them get in your head and take that space where you lose sleep and you wonder what you did wrong. You did nothing wrong. They chose that. They chose to do those decisions. They're the ones that did all the wronging. Okay? And now you have to be the one to say, okay, let me sit still with myself, go through this process, learn from it, and continue to grow. Because trauma's real. Trauma's real, but we can get over to the other side of it. And if you are a victim of trauma from your past, your attachment styles are going to be maybe skewed. So it's going to be up to you now to say, I can't react the same way. I can't be the same way. I can't let this person, ruin my sleep or ruin my nights. Betrayal's painful. I'm not making that light. It's very painful. But people do have a right to change their mind, and people do have a right to do things that you don't approve of. People do have a right, you have a right. You have a right to do things that people might not approve of. You are your own person, they're their own person. So I'm not trying to make it light or harsh because maybe you feel like I'm being insensitive. No, it's your responsibility now to say, I don't have to take it, and I'm going to put different boundaries up, because when someone promises, people can change their mind. And that's the facts. And they can do things behind your back. So I hope again that you can understand that this is more about, changing your perspective of people have a right to change their mind, that you have to go through the process of that betrayal and feel that pain. But then you also now need to learn and have an experience that might have been a beautiful experience at one point, but learn and grow and say, what did I get and what experience came from this? And what do I do in the future? So I do hope you hit the like button again, and we will connect again. We're all about recovery. We are about growth and growing and change. Have a good day.